Hi guys.
I want to do another. I want to do cold open type thing, but I also what I'm going to say is not. I can't put it on the internet. What I wanted to say.
You wanted to say something horrible that you can't put on the internet?
Mm-hmm.
About what? Wow. Yeah, don't include that.
No. Well, welcome to Retconnd. We are talking about Frankenstein, the new Frankenstein.
Retconnd episode 9.
Correct. We're here with our guest, Anton.
Welcome, Anton.
Welcome,
Hello.
Anton.
Short time friend of mine.
Long time, longer
short
time.
I've known Liam for like a whole 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very long time.
So we'll get to know each other quite well, quite intimately during this episode.
Yes.
I don't know how sustainable this cape situation is.
That's fine. But that's okay. What are your favorite 4 movies? Just to give a little background about you.
Favorite 4?
Your
I'm gonna take off
Rushmore.
the hood for this.
All right, go ahead.
The true monster is revealed. Favorite 4 movies? Let's see. Well, I grew up on Star Wars, so I'd say Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, good choice.
Classic.
I like...
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
My mystery beverage is beckoning for me.
Go for it. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Recent movie. I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
Forrest, your favorite movie, There Will Be Blood. I think that's up there.
It's not my no.
It's your favorite movie. You
not.
told me.
I didn't tell you.
Told me
This
in
is
private.
this is the third time you've thought that was my favorite movie, and it's just
You
not.
told me. And,
I never told you that.
oh. Well, you could tell the internet whatever you want, but There Will Be Blood, mine is Forrest's favorite movie. And if I was to pick a fourth, that's actually really hard. I like
What are your top 4 on Letterboxd? Do you have top
I
4?
do have top 4 on Letterboxd. There's a movie I watched recently called Hold the Dark that I really liked. I wouldn't put it up with like my favorites, but it is
Right.
on my top 4 on Letterboxd.
Okay, valid.
So it's in the favorites on there.
All right,
I enjoyed it. Yeah, real good mystery story.
cool.
Yeah.
What was that?
I know. Is that
was me.
headphones?
Should we scoot that thing closer?
You can scoot it closer, or you can like pull on the cable to unravel that coily bit a
can?
little bit. Yeah,
Really?
see what happens.
I don't think it does that.
Oh,
I think it just
Yeah.
stretches.
that's annoying. All right, let me.
I will.
move that
Here's what
closer.
I'll do. I'll scoot.
Yeah, scoot your little self in. Whoa.
One more time.
It was the chair.
One more scooch.
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good until you turn your head.
Hold on, one more scoot. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
That one had like a clap back.
It did.
Yeah.
The 2-part.
What's your letterbox? I want to look at you.
Yeah, when did we become friends on Letterboxd?
My letterbox is just.
Wait, you have them on
Anton.
Letterboxd?
Yeah, I just pulled up Letterboxd, and the first thing is new review from friend or Anton.
I think it's. I think off the top of my head, I think it's Anton, Anton Zauf.
Zauf.
Anton Zauf.
That should bring me up.
That looks like it.
It's,
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like a bald.
Oh, you
back,
follow me.
back of someone's head. I did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have Hold the Dark. Oh yes, I recall this. You have Hold the Dark and Everything Everywhere all at once.
What
You
are the
also
other
have
2 I have on there?
Unforgiven.
Oh yeah.
I've not seen Unforgiven, and I texted Forrest
I like
about
that movie.
this, but you have After Yang in your top 4.
I do like that movie.
That's
That's,
right, because
I really
you followed
enjoyed that
him when
movie.
I said that he was going to be on the show, and you're
No, I
like,
followed
this
him
guy.
just now. I just said that you were based for having that in your top 4 because After Yang is a fucking awesome movie.
The other movie by the same director.
Columbus.
Columbus. Cogonado?
Kogonada.
Mm-hmm. I liked Columbus as well. I recently watched that though. Just
He's
like last
got
week.
we never caught his most recent movie with Margot and Colin, the Beautiful Life or something. one.
Yeah, and every time that would come on, in like the trailer would come on, we were like, we're going to watch this, and it's going to make us cry.
I got to.
And we just didn't.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll do that. We're probably going to do like a year in review episode at the end of the year, or maybe it might bleed into the start of the next year.
Right.
But we'll kind of go through some of the movies that we had missed in 2025 and just give our brief thoughts on them.
I didn't watch Christie.
Yeah.
Should we talk about?
Wait, you didn't want
I
to?
did. No, I did want to, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
Is that worth talking about, or are we trying to not be controversial?
I don't know. I was talking about this with Maria.
Anton, do you know what we're talking about?
I don't know it. No.
So Christy is
You can
the
talk about it,
Sydney-
but I don't know about it.
the Sydney Sweeney movie that recently came out, and
I
she was
saw
in
it.
an interview.
I saw a trailer or something.
Yeah. And she was in an interview recently where they were asking her about the jeans thing,
Yeah.
and she was like, "If there was an issue I wanted to talk about, I would talk."
I know
about
about this because you brought this up the other day.
That's
and then I
right.
looked it up.
Yes.
So that's the only reason I know about this.
Is that worth talking about, or should we stay morally vague?
I'm cool.
I mean,
with
I'm not
whatever.
morally vague about it. I think Sydney Sweeney kind of sucks for that.
Dude.
But also, I feel bad for like this is what Maria and I were talking about. Is that, in one hand, I feel bad for the rest of the cast and crew that
Right.
probably put in a lot of work for what is probably a really great story about Christy, whatever her name is, this boxer. And it's a queer story, but then also like Sydney Sweeney is probably like a big Trumpy and like has the whole jeans thing.
Right,
and when
right.
she was confronted about, there's, people are kind of upset with this whole white supremacy thing. And she's like, whatever. Like, it's kind of like, okay, I don't really care if you don't
Right.
make money from this. Because I think I saw an article, maybe like IndieWire posted or something, but it's Christie in its second weekend made like just over $100,000.
Wow.
Bad.
Wow,
bro.
that's very
That's not bad.
So
Numbers, where's Christie at? Numbers is playing on his numbers box.
Numbers.
Christy the movie.
The movie Christie with Sydney Sweeney.
Numbers has his own mic today. It's exciting.
Yeah. We don't need to.
Yeah.
Numbers isn't in the echo chamber.
In the void. All right. Well, you interrupt me, Numbers. When you figure that out, you can interrupt me. But I was doing some research on this today because I was trying to put myself in her shoes to see if there was any benefit of the doubt that I can give. Because I get it. If someone asks you if you're a white supremacist and you basically say no comment, it's not a great look, right?
Yeah.
But then I did some research. I'm like, she has talked extensively about like, that's not what it meant. I'm not a white supremacist. Oh, Isaac's giving me a look. Am I wrong?
No, sorry.
It's just really bad
numbers.
Bad numbers. All right, let's hear it.
It had a $15 million budget and experienced 1.3 million total.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's bad.
Well, anyway, so to finish my thought, like she's talked about it extensively, and then this one interviewer is just like kind of beating a dead horse. So I kind of get her frustration with that question where it's like, I've said so many times, like if I wanted to talk about something, I would talk about it. So just to give her the benefit, I could be wrong. Maybe she is a white supremacist. I don't know, and if she is, that's bad. But
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand her perspective where it's just like, I would be pretty annoyed too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I have to answer this text from Maria's mom.
Oh, all right, that's fine then. I was about to get annoyed, but can you tell her I said what's up?
Yeah, shout out Danae Sanfilippo. Shout out James Sanfilippo.
Mm-hmm. Produce. You got the phone number on there. Do I have to blur that the whole time?
No, order produce from James.
This episode of Retconnd is sponsored by James Sanfilippo.
Is sponsored
Produce.
by Sanfilippo Produce.
Yeah. Anton, do you have
All
any
right,
thoughts,
Forrest,
or do you
it's
want to
just
stay?
you and me now.
Okay, great. Do you have any thoughts, or do you want to stay morally vague?
I do have no thoughts now.
Okay, great.
They're
If
getting
there's an issue we need to talk
ticket
about.
to go to Florida after Christmas.
Wow.
So
Very
she was
cool.
asking if 6 a.m. is too early for me to get up.
That is too.
I said that
See if I
works,
can-
but now I'm kind of like I don't want to do that. But I'm fine. I'm
right.
fine with it.
Are you comfortable, Anton? You be squirming.
I'm good.
Okay, great.
Good.
Speaking of Sydney Sweeney, though, I just wanted to bring this up. I just watched all of season 1 of Euphoria in like a day,
You told me. Yeah, you said that. Oh.
and it's pretty good. I've seen Euphoria before. I've
Right,
seen
right,
both
right.
seasons.
I
but
haven't.
I've been on an Elordi kick.
Right.
Some
right,
might
right,
say
right.
that
Oh, yeah, he's
is
in that,
due
isn't
to a movie that we're going to discuss.
Mm.
But I've been kind of wanting to rewatch it because I was like, it's been like a handful of years at this point that I've watched. I haven't watched any Euphoria since season 2 dropped in like 2021 or 2 maybe. Wow.
Nice.
Mystery liquid burpee.
Man, that show is really dramatic. You know, that's all I really have to say. It's just everything Rue says is the most important thing that's ever been said in the whole world.
See, I've never seen it, and part of that is just because like I hang out with primarily Christians, and despite the fact that I am a Christian, I've learned that Christians tend to be really upset about things. And so what I've heard from them is like, it's not even good. It's just softcore porn. And I think it's because it's so sexually charged that people who talk to me just probably only see that, you know?
It is a little too much. And also like, Sam Levinson's other show, The Idol, that like everyone hated. Apparently that is like not even softcore. Like it's just like straight up like sex all the time. And it was supposed to be like, apparently there was even more and they like toned it down or something. But apparently Sam Levinson's kind of like maybe a weirdo or something. And also The Idol was just like a weekend like circle jerk. It was just like the weekend, like the whole show is about how the weekend is like awesome or something.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. But like Euphoria, I do kind of get that. Like sometimes I see these like, there's just a lot of like intimate scenes in the show. And I'm like, what is going on in Sam Levinson's head? Like, I don't know, but it is fun to watch. It's like so dramatic. It's funny. It's fun to watch.
Okay.
But
well, should we get into the meat?
let's dig into the meat.
We're getting meaty?
I didn't take any notes on Frankenstein, but what's your...
What?
Why don't you kick this off? I got to give her
Sure.
my date of birth and my email.
Oh, what? Okay. Say it out loud.
Could
while
you
do
just
it.
put it on the podcast?
1107.
And say your mother's maiden name and the last four of your
And
social
your address?
Yeah. Okay, so just to talk about, a little bit about what Frankenstein is like. Most people know the classic story of Frankenstein, I would say, which is Dr. Frankenstein basically put some parts together, created life. The original Frankenstein, the book as well, is a commentary on what happens when a man plays God and what moral responsibility you have when you like create life, like all these basically overarching what happens when a man plays God. And this film kind of, I wouldn't say strayed away from that, but I'm trying to synopsize, but I feel like it's important to talk about like kind of what it is trying to say too. It focused primarily on the fatherhood aspect, I think, more than just the moral implications of when someone creates life, but instead it's like Dr. Frankenstein was not a good dad to Frankenstein's creature.
Dude, that's literally one of the first things I put in my notes was that this is a story about like fathers and sons. Which is crazy because I was expecting something different than that.
So it still is about the moral responsibility of when you create life in a way, but I feel like it's less, what's the word I'm looking for? Like less, astronomical. I don't know. Like it's less of a,
It's a little more like, I guess it's like a more grounded.
Yeah. Now I haven't read the book, but I've learned a lot about the book.
I kind of want to. I think Eric thought that they had a copy of it, and we were talking about Frankenstein at their place the other day, and they're like, "Oh, do you want to read it?" And I was like, "Actually, I actually do."
But this is a huge step for you.
I know.
You don't know how to read.
I don't know how yet.
You learned how to read for this?
No, not yet. They didn't have the book. They went to go look for it, and then they were like, I actually don't have it. I was like, I could probably just get it from the library if I really want to read it.
The library.
The library.
I started reading like the first 2 chapters of the book yesterday. And
Yesterday?
I'd read it.
Wow, okay.
I'd read it in school, so I remembered some of the story beats, but it was a lot more interesting than I remembered it being when I was in like 8th grade or something last time I read it.
Sure.
But I didn't get around to finishing it.
Right. Speaking of
but I
finishing
will.
things, I'll finish the synopsis real quick. It's just the story of Frankenstein. But with
Speaking
a
of
different-
finishing,
What do you mean by that?
I'm going to finish on Frankenstein.
Oh, okay, for sure. But yeah, it's the story of Frankenstein, but just some creative liberties. That's about it. I mean, I feel like that's if people don't know how the story of Frankenstein goes, like read a book, perhaps Frankenstein by Mary
Shelley.
Shelley. That's right. Yes.
Read a book. Who does that?
not
me.
Liam.
Who does that?
Is that a good synopsis? Am I missing anything?
Yeah,
pretty good
Frankenstein,
synopsis.
guys.
It's Frankenstein.
He puts a bunch of different people together to create a new human, and he successfully does it.
Now I know is Paramount that did the first one, right?
Maybe.
A long time ago. That was more horror.
Mm-hmm.
This one was not horror. Was it? Would you consider this horror?
Maybe in today's, I think like, yeah, the original Frankenstein. Full disclosure, I don't even know if I've seen the original Frankenstein.
I haven't either.
I definitely haven't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have like that much history with like the story of Frankenstein, other than I know that Frankenstein is a character.
It's a cultural staple. Like everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone
whether
knows
you've
Frankenstein.
consumed any content.
That was, I mean, back in whenever it came out, the 30s, it probably was considered horrifying. But I think, the story's been done so many different times.
Right.
And I think maybe now that it's like a cultural thing, it has a little less of like a horror
Right.
to it. But yeah, I'd say, I mean, I don't think Guillermo set out to really direct it that way. There's definitely some, they're not scary parts, but it's pretty gruesome at times.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But I don't know, and that it's not really done in like a scary way. It's just kind of like what the story needs.
I had totally forgot. I rewatched the movie to remember the plot of it after I'd seen it in theaters, and then it came out on Netflix, so I rewatched it. And the scene where he saws off the leg,
Oh, yeah.
when he's putting together the body parts.
Yeah.
That, oh my gosh. I don't know why that particular thing got me, because he also like takes out eyeballs and like takes peels skin back and everything. But like the sawing through the bone, they show the whole thing.
Yeah. That's
it was
horror.
wild.
Yeah. Okay. That's valid.
I'll say that actually kind of leads into the first point that I want to bring up with this movie.
Okay.
And is that I had just heard that like the first thing that I heard out of whichever film festival was at is that people thought it didn't look good, and they were like they thought that the CGI was really, really bad, and that it was just like a big CGI slop fest. And I also don't have that much of a history with Guillermo del Toro. I've seen Shape of Water. I've seen Hellboy.
Of course. Naturally.
I'm even blanking on what I don't think I've seen like Pinocchio or much of the other stuff that he's done, but I know his vibe. I understand like what his movies generally look like, and so I was like, that seems like kind of odd, because I feel like he I mean there's obviously CGI in a lot of his movies, but in like a kind of fun and tasteful way, almost like in a Tim Burton-y way, where there's still a lot of like grandiose sets and practical effects, and then the CGI is kind of there. So when I heard that it was like terrible CGI slop, like right off the bat, I don't even know who I heard that from, but I was like, oh shit, that sucks. I was lucky enough to see this in theaters.
Esquire.
We could even at Esquire. Thank you, Esquire. We could talk about how other people have talked about how Netflix is kind of like screwing up the theatrical releases for some of these movies.
Before we go too deep into that, after this, I didn't want to interrupt you because we were on a roll, but we should probably do thumbs.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about our thumb.
Yeah.
And speaking of Danae Sanfilippo, she was the one that pointed out, because Maria's mom listens to this podcast every now and then. And,
this one? The one that we're on?
This Retconnd podcast.
Oh, that's nice.
And she was the one that pointed out that Roger Ebert and Siskel their whole thing was thumbs. That was like the thing that they did. And like what's funny is that my brother Ben was actually showing me a VHS box of Collateral Damage, a like early 2000s Arnold movie, and it had like a quote from Roger Ebert or something. It was like 2 thumbs up, and I was like, hey, it's kind of like Retconnd. But we had no idea. Okay, we're not trying to steal from Siskel and Ebert.
No, we're not.
I think they're both dead, so who cares anyway? It's not like they invented thumbs. But I just looked at it. The spread is at 3-9.
I have it up right now. Yeah. So what we're doing for those of you who are new, including Anton, is we are going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then thumbs up if you believe that the movie deserves more than 3.9, which is the Letterboxd average, or thumbs down if you believe it does not deserve. If it deserves less. I forgot what the word less was. That's what we're going to do. Ready?
Go ahead, Forrest.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Higher.
but not by much.
Okay. Well, don't say your actual rating yet.
Okay, I won't.
We'll save ratings for the end of the show.
Yes.
But I went lower, and Forrest
Yes,
and Liam
thank
both
you.
went higher.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah, I just think like I mean I was like I was saying I was lucky enough to see this in the theater, which I mean it wasn't playing at any of our respective AMC's,
Right.
but I guess Esquire would just be considered our local theater. You know, it's not like a big chain, so they're a real cute little theater, and they get a lot more of these. Really, like right now, Knives Out 3, only theater in Cincinnati that's playing it is Esquire. Like it's
Which
kind of
you loved, by the way, right?
I loved. Yeah.
That didn't come out that long ago.
Came out yesterday or 2 days.
Yes, but
Yeah.
this episode isn't going to be released until like in 2 weeks. So
Yeah. So we're recording this a day after Thanksgiving.
We're actually recording this before our Wicked episode, which that I'm trying to get out by this Monday.
Yeah.
So Wicked, and then this, and then Die My Love.
Yeah. We're going to be on a wild run tonight. We're going to knock out 3.
That's right. Crazy style.
But yeah, shout out Esquire, but I'm, not shout out Netflix. Like what's up with you're giving these directors so much money, but you're not doing like a wide release. There's only like, I think Ryan Johnson had posted that Knives Out only had like 600 theaters or something in the whole United States.
Are they not showing it at like the AMC theaters and
No,
no?
I don't think so.
Well, hold on. I know Netflix picked up Frankenstein, but was this a Netflix production?
I mean, if it's like a Netflix movie, I would assume that they're handling the distribution and like the theatrical release.
I just didn't know if they picked it up after it didn't get a theatrical release.
No, I think they were there from the beginning.
Okay. See, now you could also bring up like K-pop Demon Hunters in that argument, which I didn't love, but like that one's a little different because that was a Sony movie that they sold to Netflix afterwards, after they made it, because they thought it was going to flop. So like that's one example. Frankenstein's another example, and then you brought up Knives Out 3, which, I mean, is that not ever going to get a theatrical release? It's
at Esquire right now, but
right.
I would think, this is the weekend it's out, and if it's not at AMC now, it won't be.
Sure. Numbers,
And
what you got?
it will release on Netflix on December 12th. So I think like once it gets to December 12th,
that's
like
soon.
they're going to just probably pull it from theaters.
Man.
So it does kind of suck, but I know we're talking about Frankenstein this episode. If you can go see Knives Out 3, dude, that movie fucking rocked.
Knives Out. I wanted to watch it in theaters.
I gave that 5 stars, baby. Right, like walking out of the theater, I had a smile on my face and a pep in my step. And there was danger afoot. But my whole point was that this movie looks great.
Right,
And
right.
I loved seeing it in theaters. I thought it looked awesome. There is some CGI, like when he's fighting wolves.
Right.
And even then, I thought they looked pretty great. I think there's like another scene where she gets like he's carrying like a butterfly or a bird or something, and it's flying around in the cage, and like that's CGI. But like everything else looks amazing.
Yeah.
The sets are amazing. The makeup and costuming is amazing. There's even like the practical effects kind of towards the beginning when Victor is doing that presentation in front of everybody, and like Christoph Waltz is there for the first time, and he's like electrocuting the guy to like come alive. Like that looked incredible.
Yeah.
And like you said, with the sign, the legs and whatnot, like all of that stuff looked great. I just like didn't like, am I blind? Am I missing something? Am I not seeing something that people are going to theaters like, dude, CGI slop because of a wolf.
They haven't seen Shelby Oaks.
Shelby Oaks, man.
Because that was a rough.
Wolfman.
Numbers, you had something?
Yes, just confirming. So with both Knives Out and with Frankenstein, they are distributed by Netflix, and the only reason why they're in theaters at all is because they do the bare minimum so that they are eligible for award season. Because
that's
you have to be
dumb.
theatrical for like 3 weeks each movie or something like that, and that's why Knives Out is only in like Esquire out here, and why Frankenstein was released in October for about a week and a half.
Yeah. Okay. This is making sense.
That does make sense, and that's really dumb.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons.
Which it listed Knives Out specifically as less of the award season thing and more of getting buzz for it dropping on Netflix.
Ooh, I really hate that. What could they not? Okay, so I guess their logic is We want to be eligible for rewards. We want people to watch this on Netflix. Would they not get more money from doing a wide theatrical release?
For Knives Out, for sure, I think. And
Right.
honestly, maybe with Del Toro's name, with Frankenstein, but I think they only really care about streaming numbers and memberships.
Streaming numbers?
Streaming numbers?
Numbers mentioned?
Yeah, because I saw Glass Onion at an AMC, and I don't think
Yeah.
that was in
Well,
theaters
that's
for very
because
long
Netflix
either.
bought the rights for 2 sequels, so this is the first of those 2. Knives Out was its own thing.
Yeah. I knew that. Knives Out was not Netflix, and then Netflix
Glass
picked
Onion
it up
was Netflix,
and did
I
Glass
think.
Onion. That was Netflix, and I did see that in an AMC, which means it probably got a much wider release. I don't know what the numbers were like on that one, but it's obviously not. It's like
Do you want me to look those up?
no. I don't really care that bad.
Numbers.
But like Wake Up Dead Man, is probably an even smaller release than the previous one.
I just
But-
don't get the logic. That's like really irritating to me because A, I think that's just a bad business decision, and
Yeah.
B, you're showing everyone that you obviously care more about business than the art. And both of those things I think people will pick up on, and I think that's a recipe for not being a good company. I honestly think that Netflix does not have much time left. And by
I
not much
could see
time.
that.
What?
I wanted to watch Frankenstein in theaters, and when I looked on AMC, it was nowhere. And I did. Words are hard, man. I did end up getting to watch it in theaters with some friends, but we had to go to some small theater that
Right,
was still,
right.
still playing it. It was hard
You go
to
to
find.
Marymount?
No, we went to the one on Ludlow Ave.
Oh yeah, that's Esquire.
That's Esquire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love Esquire.
That's only one of 2 times I've been there though, because I usually go to AMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Esquire.
Last thing
It was
to
nice.
add. So there's not official box office stats yet, but Wake Up Dead Man is on track to have a bigger opening weekend than Christie's entire release.
And rightfully so. That
It is
movie's
tracking
incredible.
for a 2.1 million opening week.
That's such a good number.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Frankenstein. The whole point of my note was just that Frankenstein looks great. I love the way
thought so,
this
too.
looked.
Now, I don't want it to win best makeup because it's in the contention, and I think according to an undisclosed betting app that I use, which I will not say the name of until I get
Until we are sponsored.
until we're sponsored. But according to this app,
Until we're sponsored by Anheuser-Busch.
right, I think that Frankenstein is in the lead according to public sentiment for winning best makeup, which I honestly. Well, this is coming out after we talk about Wicked.
You want Wicked to win?
The makeup, only for the makeup. It was incredible. Tin Man and Scarecrow looked so good.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's really the only example I have. But
The makeup in this did look absolutely incredible.
I think that Scarecrow was like revolutionarily good makeup. I thought he looked so good.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was Ryan Reynolds when it came.
Well, he looked like Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, he did. but-
Last number from me for a while. 7 of the 10 tracking on the short list for nominations for makeup and hairstyling have been reviewed by the Retconnd podcast. And Frankenstein is actually number 1 on the short list, followed by Wicked for Good.
according to an app that
Awards
we can...
Watch.
Oh, Awards Watch. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Cool.
Other ones on there are Weapons is 3rd. Sinners dropped from 4, which podcast wasn't a thing for that came out, but we would have talked about it.
Yeah.
Smashing Machine, One Battle,
Oh, yeah.
28 years later.
No, Smashing Machine deserves it.
Yeah, Smashing Machine was great for that. But
Yeah.
Superman,
Oh, no.
Begonia, and soon to be reviewed by us, Hamnet.
Okay. I honestly, I think like Sinners, Weapons, and Frankenstein are my top 3.
Weapons? The most makeup they did was like just whatever her name was.
The Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she looked awesome.
Gladys?
Frankenstein is also
Gladys.
tracking
Was it
3rd
Gladys?
for visual effects.
Sorry, say again?
It's also tracking 3rd for visual effects, Frankenstein.
Now that I can get behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did you guys think about the way it looked?
I thought it looked great.
Yeah.
I was really excited that I got to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Because it felt like a movie that was meant to be viewed on the big screen, which is why it baffles me that it was barely shown in theaters. because it felt like it was like designed for largeness.
Well, that's Guillermo del Toro,
I mean, that's his style, but every scene just felt like everything in the scene was so detailed, and all the gothic settings from classic Frankenstein.
Oh my gosh,
style.
Yeah, can I cut you off just for one moment? I feel like they did that. Like that's one thing I wanted to say when you were talking about the cutting of the flesh and everything. Like they did all these like newer, really good effects, but then it still felt like a classic movie, and I loved that. It was so gothic. Anyway, go on. I just wanted to.
That was about all I wanted to say. It had that. Yeah, it had a classic look to it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
I
thought the visual
like it a lot.
effects. I like it a lot. I thought the visual effects looked great. That's all I got. I don't have to go much deeper. Was there something else you want to say? It looked like you wanted to say something.
No.
Okay,
That's my first point.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, numbers.
Fuck off with the tracking Oscar nominees, but One Battle and Marty Supreme are tracking to win like everything.
Marty Supreme, yeah.
Marty Supreme hasn't even come out yet.
It's not even out yet.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be good.
Also, last thing that shocked me on here, but I agree with tracking for nominees for Best Actress. Their Chase Infinity's on there.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I saw that on the app that I was talking about. Emma Stone was like not even more than 10% chance.
Disgusting. She should be.
She
was fantastic.
I think she should win Best Actress.
I don't think she should, and I don't think she will because she got Best Actress for Poor Things. Am I wrong about that?
Numbers check.
Yeah, that's a bad reason to not nominate someone again.
Well, nomination, yes. Winning, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she should win for Begonia.
Okay, but let's think say it's not subjective, just for the sake of argument. Say it is objective, and she's objectively the best for Poor Things.
She did win Best Actress, and she also got it for La La Land.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
who
this
cares?
would be her third Best Actress.
Say that she was objectively the best. It doesn't matter how many awards she's had before. She deserves to win it. I just think that if you...
Well, no, I agree. I agree with that.
Okay. I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying in this, theoretically, that should be irrelevant.
Yes, that is irrelevant. But also, I'm just saying, well, it should be irrelevant, but it's not because that would be their mindset. Like, she won Best Actress for a Yorgos Lanthimos movie 2 years ago. So she might get nominated, but I don't think she's going to win, nor do I think she should. I think she's fantastic in the movie. I'm going to bet that it will go to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, because I've heard that her performance
on there a lot too.
is like outrageously good, and I've heard that is like really her movie. And also I love Chase Infinity. I got a big crush on Chase Infinity.
Oh, cute.
So if she wins, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
You know.
Can I switch gears?
Yeah, switch them.
I'm going to switch these gears. So if you've been following Retconnd for a while, you know that empathy is not something...
Not your strong suit.
Not my strong suit. I don't really experience it per se. I texted Liam as I was watching Frankenstein, and I kept saying, I kept saying, like, I've never empathized with a character in a movie more than Frankenstein's monster. I'm not even using hyperbole here. Like, I've literally never experienced so much empathy for a character. Like, ever. I don't know. Like, is this just because I'm learning how to be empathetic, or am I
an empathetic character?
Yeah.
He's really victimized in
He's
this
so
movie.
sweet.
Yeah.
And he's a cutie patootie.
Yeah. What did you guys think about Jacob Elordi as the creature?
I thought he's great.
I liked it. It was interesting how childish he was, especially
He's a
towards the
1-year-old.
beginning. He was basically a newborn.
Yeah.
He had no experience of the world, didn't know what anything was. And it did strike me at the beginning when he was just saying, like, Victor. And Victor's getting really mad at him because he's like, I need you to do more.
Yeah, right.
You're a monster. And he's just like there, like, Victor.
Victor.
And it was sad.
It's really sad. Yeah. And it was kind of funny that Victor I felt like he didn't even try to be like a dad to the creature.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of reviews that were like, man, he really tried to be a dad and failed. And I was like, no, he didn't even try.
He didn't.
He just like did not give a crap about this thing that he created. He just saw it as like a worthless,
Right.
nothing, like not even a human being, not worthy of his respect. And meanwhile, this thing is just like a little child, little newborn infant.
I'm like, dude, you just like made a person come to life.
Yeah, he
like,
created a soul.
That's crazy. And he's like, whatever, I'm gonna scrap it and move on to the next thing. But yeah, dude, I thought Jacob Elordi was fantastic. I thought it was incredible.
Me too.
There was the scene where he's just been born and Victor opens up the blinds and the sun comes in and the creature is like, the sun.
Yeah.
And Victor goes, no, sun. And the creature turns around and he goes, I thought that was so funny.
It is funny.
That I lost it at that.
But it's
scene.
cute too because he's like, it's just shoving down your throat more and more. Like this guy is learning how to be a human.
Yeah.
For the first time, he's like really trying to hammer in that point that this is a newborn, basically.
Yeah, I loved his little relationship with the old farmer guy too, and how he was like the spirit of the forest or whatever they called him.
Yeah.
And
Spirit of the forest.
and like he was just providing for the family for what they needed because he's just a good person. He just has a good soul. He feel like, and he is just like, he is a monster or creature, I guess we should say, that like literally cannot die. Like he just regenerates.
Right.
And is born
I
again.
forgot about
He
that.
held a thing of TNT as it exploded.
Yeah.
And he was fine.
Yeah. He go run or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, like he's this monster. He's very large and imposing and very, very violent and can kill.
Well, he's not violent inherently.
No, but like he can be.
Yeah,
he can be very violent. But like inherently, he's just a good and like
He's just a
pure
cutie patootie.
So yeah, I loved the little like sequence of him hiding out kind of in their like little whatever they called it. There was like all the gears, the water mill or something.
Sure.
Yeah, that part was great.
I think that's when I first started to really empathize for him too, because that's the way he was saying, like, I ran it through my mind so many times. How am I going to like basically make myself known? Like he would fantasize about being a part of this family. Like, oh, he needs somebody. He has this inherent need to want to be with people. I was like, oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, I loved how the story was split up too, with like the first half just being Victor's perspective and like creating the creature, and then when it could, and he's kind of like narrating it almost like it's kind of like spliced with these like little bits of narration because he's on the ship like injured with those like crewmen, and then around the halfway point when the creature enters the ship and he's like, well, let me tell my side of the story. And then we kind of go back and we look at it. It's like after he burns the whole place down, and then we get to see him kind of wash up on the shore, and we kind of go through what has he been up to up until this point to like learn how, because we haven't even heard him speak fluently yet.
Right.
So yeah, and I liked, I don't know, I guess I saw some stuff of people having gripes with him learning English so quickly, but
He had a whole brain. Like,
yeah, I was like, he had a whole like adult brain.
Right.
I think it probably, like the way that I interpreted it, it just like took a little more time to get back to that. It's not like you just put it in and he's immediately like that.
Right,
It's like he goes through those childlike things just more quickly.
Yeah, which makes sense.
It's
But
also
I
kind of like a montage.
Yeah,
So a lot
there's
of
that
time had
montage.
passed. They don't really tell you exactly how long it was.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Jacob Elordi's performance. I really hope, I mean, I'd have to go through all the people that are nominated for, I'm assuming he'd get best supporting actor nomination. I know Paul Mescal's probably in there, but I'd love to see it go to, those are my two boys, dude. Those are the two of them and Josh O'Connor are like the top three for me right now.
Is it true? I think I read this somewhere, but I'm hoping I'm not getting facts mixed up. Is it true that Andrew Garfield was going to be the actor for Frankenstein?
Yes.
in this movie?
He was supposedly going to be the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He was going to be the monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least I think so. I think because I've heard in other
Interesting.
interviews, I think they allude to Jacob Elordi taking over for Andrew Garfield.
Gotcha.
Because Elordi has also talked about how it was a really quick turnover. Like he was in Australia working on a TV show for, I think the Narrow Road to the Deep North is like an Apple TV show that he just put out. He was working on that and he got a call from like Guillermo del Toro's assistant or something, or maybe it was his like agent, and they got the script for Frankenstein, and he had like 2 hours, and he's like, we need you to read this tonight and respond right away. And I think he said like within a couple weeks he flew out and started filming.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Jacob Elordi was definitely the right casting choice over Andrew
Yeah, I
Garfield
agree.
for this version of Frankenstein's monster, just because of how sweet and like kind of baby face he was supposed to be. And like, I just can't really see Andrew Garfield really, unless he took the character a different direction. But I think what either the writers or Jacob Elordi did was the right choice.
Yeah. He's also just so large.
Yeah.
He's like 6'5", and
Yeah.
like, I don't know, just like
He was crazy
making-
tall
Yeah.
in this movie. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell if that was the optics of the camera or if it was actually how tall he was.
I mean, he is very, very tall, but I think they did a little bit of both with that too. I also like Oscar Isaac. I don't think is very tall. Neither is like Mia Goth or Christoph Waltz. So he's just around these like kind of shorter people.
It especially stood out in the scene where, are we doing spoilers? Are we in
Yeah, spoiler
spoiler
warning.
territory?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Mia Goth's character, Elizabeth?
I think
Elizabeth.
So
That's right, because he's like, Elizabeth.
yeah, right.
As she leaves. Elizabeth is killed, not by Frankenstein, but they think it was Frankenstein. And he carries her body he carries her out of her wedding room through the wedding, like through the middle of the hall and down the stairs through an entire crowd of people. And for some reason, nobody does anything in that scene. They just stand there and watch, and they're just like, I guess he's taking him away, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I felt that was a little silly. But in that scene, I was like, man, he's tall. Like he's like
right.
head and shoulders above everybody in that crowd.
It's probably
And that
'cause
was
you could
wild.
Fucking kill him with like a single kick.
Yeah.
So they're probably like,
Well, they didn't
You can take it.
necessarily know that, but yeah, it was funny. It didn't break me from the immersion of the movie.
No, that's good. That's important. I there was very little that broke me from the immersion. The only problem is that it was kind of a slower burn, which I don't dislike inherently, but when that happens, there is an inherent challenge of trying to keep your immersion, because when it's boring, I'm like, I can just grab my phone, play a couple games of chess real quick, you know.
Yeah.
But I was pretty locked in, except for I did get up to like make food a few times.
Yeah.
But I think that with the challenges that they gave themselves of having a slow burn, so we have to work on the immersion better. I think they did a great job. I think it was very immersive, and like I said, I've never felt so much for a character in a movie before.
Yeah. Tell us more about that. You really empathized with the creature.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just there's something to me. I think what really started it was earlier I said that it was when he was like fantasizing about being part of this family. I think it was when he was chained up yelling Victor, Victor while everything was catching on fire.
Yeah.
And I was just like, there's something about helplessness that gets me every single time. And like, this has been a thing, like even from my childhood, even if it like inanimate objects being helpless, like would really freak me out and make me really sad. I remember this is a little story about my childhood. I was swimming at a lake in Georgia, in Hiawassee, Georgia. And I had this little floaty, and, the floaty got carried away. And I just remember seeing it so far out. I didn't even care about this floaty, but I was like, it's all the way out there. And I just broke down. I couldn't handle it. And I don't know. I think that's just something about Frankenstein's creature was that floaty in the lake.
I'm only laughing because I'm thinking of the scene from Castaway where he's like, Wilson. You and your floaty. Floaty! Now floaty!
That story does have a happy ending, though. There was some stranger who was like a professional swimmer and who just got out and went out and got it for me.
Oh, you got floaty back.
Yeah, I got floated back.
Michael
Yeah.
Phelps was there.
Yeah, and again, I didn't care about it. I was sad that it had no one.
It is kind of, I mean, like, yeah, Jacob Elordi is so like large and hot.
Right. Even in all that makeup.
Yeah. But you don't necessarily see the character that way. Like it is like a child or like a little puppy.
Right. Yeah.
And like like he's just down there chained up and he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna burn this place down. I don't
Right.
even care. Like that is crazy. And I'm like, damn, and he's just leaving him down there. He's like, I can't get out.
Right,
Like,
right.
yeah, that is just like, it's terrible. So like when he kind of goes on this like revenge, he's like, I'm gonna, yeah, I don't know. I love that part. But yeah, it's,
So I had some thoughts about the revenge element of the story.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was very much like a puppy, like very empathetic character.
Yeah.
Because-
Give some context for the listeners who
For the listeners,
Yes.
context of the story.
of the where when we transition to the revenge, like how this happened.
Yeah. So
Because
in the movie,
pray tell.
in the movie, at what point does it start? It starts when essentially Victor decides that he's too much of a monster to let live, and so he burns down the tower that he's in the basement of.
Yeah.
And Victor thinks that he's died, but in fact he has lived. He survived. He like went through the sewer.
water slide
Through the sewer and ended up in the ocean or something. And so he's still alive. And he doesn't decide that he wants to kill Victor at that point, I don't think. He decides that I'm fuzzy on it, but he decides at a certain point he wants a companion. And he's going to ask Victor for a companion.
He goes to the woods, right? He like
Yeah.
there's like he kind of washes up on the shore, and there's like this really great shot of him like standing up, and he's not buck naked, but he's bare. He's
and
like
then the
on
hunters come after him.
Yeah, and he's like talking to the deer is coming towards
He's
him.
feeding the
Yeah.
deer little berries.
It's just so cute. But then the hunters are like, "What is that over there?"
And they start shooting him or
And
shooting
I think
at him.
that's when he goes to
He ends up in the
finds
shed.
house. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in the shed of this house. He starts doing these nice things, collecting lumber and
Right.
firewood for this family and
Like
and
building
food
fences
and
and
helping them survive in their
All while they
cabin.
don't know.
And they don't know that he's there.
I think
They-
the spirit of
the old man comes out and they're like, who could have done this? And he touches the pile of sticks and he's like, it's the spirit of the forest. And so the spirit of the forest continues to help them.
Right.
And then eventually the old man in the house, everyone else leaves and the monster creature comes into the house and befriends the old man. Mm-hmm. And the old man realizes that he's maybe kind of messed up or has cuts all over, and he doesn't know exactly what this creature is, but
because he's blind.
he's blind.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that part. So he can't see him, but he could feel that he's ice cold and he's got all these scars, and so he's compassionate towards him, and he understands that he has a good heart. Mm-hmm. And so I think the next thing that happens after that is that wolves get into the house at a time the creature's not there. Oh, and before all this is when he learns to read.
Yeah,
He lives with the old man. He reads all the books. He teaches him. He makes him smart. Mm-hmm. He becomes very very knowledgeable.
Yeah, very
and literate, intellectual. Starts reading Ozymandias and the crazy stuff. And then the old man ends up getting killed by wolves when he's away, and he saves him. And right as the old man dies, and he scares all the wolves away, but the old man's killed, and
he
and
like skins a wolf. And like there's like one wolf that he just like grabs and just like rips.
He like
in
mangles
half.
them.
It's insane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then of course at that moment as soon as the old man dies in his arms, the hunters come back and they think that the monster did it. And so they start shooting him. He rips one of the guy's jaws off. He like grabs his face, just rips it off.
Yeah.
And then the other guys just kind of like back away into the corner.
Yeah.
But all that was getting to, he then goes to Victor, and he's excuse me.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, what just happened to my voice?
I think he goes back to the castle. Remember, he goes back to where it's all burnt, and he finds like all the letters and the old photographs of these different body parts, and he sees the photo of his face, and there's like another amazing shot where he like holds up this plated photograph of like his face not alive yet.
Oh yeah.
And it's like mirrored onto his own, like
I totally forgot about that part. That was cool.
And I think that's when he goes to that's when he goes after Victor, right?
Yeah. He goes to Victor's brother is getting married, and there's a whole storyline there that we could talk about at some point. But Victor's brother is getting married. Victor is there, and Victor, the creature approaches Victor and says, "I ask one thing of you, that you would give me a companion, that you would make me someone that I could be with." And Victor's essentially like, "You want me to make another monster like you horrid beast, you?" And so that's the moment that the creature decides, "I'm just going to kill you. I just want you to die." And the only reason that doesn't happen is because Victor tries to shoot him at the moment that his brother's fiance
Elizabeth
is
right
there, and they have a whole conversation, and he ends up shooting her. And so that's the scene where he then carries her out. And
yeah, I loved the relationship between the creature and Elizabeth.
yeah,
she was like the Forrest of this story.
Yeah,
because she just she had just this this beautiful, nurturing empathy for this creature that was.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like
that
Forrest.
doesn't sound like me at all.
Don't you had empathy for the creature?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't do all that though.
Yeah, but that's the first time that Forrest has ever had empathy.
Right.
So it was a new emotion for him.
Yes. She seems experienced in
She's
empathy.
experienced in empathy, I think.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, in
Not
the
me.
story.
Yeah, I don't know, any scene of the two of them together, I just really loved. I thought it was beautiful.
Me too.
It was really cool. The whole point that I was trying to make about the monster is that I know that you can't compare it to the book because a movie is an adaptation, it's its own thing. But in the book, and one of the core themes of the book is that Frankenstein creates this creature, and at first he's probably innocent, but then out of the rage of Victor towards the creature develops its own rage and becomes a monster in a sense. And by the end, it has all of these wild ranges of emotions.
Yeah.
But it's not until the end of the story that you're kind of like, oh, this creature, well, it's throughout the story, but at the end of the story, the creature's mostly sad because Victor's dead and because he has no companion and he doesn't see any reason to live anymore. But in this, he's already murdered like 3 to 5 people that are like, he murders Elizabeth in the book, I believe, and he murders Victor's family members, and he murders his brother just to get revenge against Victor and to make him feel pain.
Oh wow!
And so there's
an
entire element of the story there that I think would have been pretty interesting to have in the story, and I don't know how they would have done it. And I guess that's not the direction he wanted to go. He wanted to make him. I felt like Guillermo del Toro, the way he did the story. He wanted there to be a clear villain and a clear protagonist that you could root for. And I can understand that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it was the wrong decision.
Sure.
But I felt like it could have been a lot more compelling in another way if the monster wants to kill Victor and also wants to torture Victor and make him feel pain. And I don't know. It would have been a totally different story
Sure.
though. And so I didn't really know how I felt about it because it was very different.
Yeah, it would have been, if they went that direction, it would have been a lot more philosophical and probably more intellectual.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, that is a very challenging philosophical situation.
It would have been
be in.
very challenging.
Right.
And I liked the movie as it was. I definitely didn't feel like after I watched it, I was like, wow, I really have a lot to think about right now.
Right.
It wasn't that kind of movie.
It was pretty cut and
It was
dry.
purposely not that kind of movie.
Right.
So I can't really fault it for that because that wasn't their intention.
Sure. Yeah.
So-
I think I would like it better, though, if it was a little bit more ambiguous.
I do too. I think I would enjoy it. I like when a movie, especially a Frankenstein adaptation, it like if it's 2025 and we're going to name a movie just Frankenstein, like this is definitive Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And everyone's been talking about that. I've heard talk about it. Oh, it's so much like the book. And I'm like, I don't think it really is all that much like the book. They really toned down a lot of the stuff that's in the book.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's interesting from a movie that is just called Frankenstein.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, they really left out a lot from the Frankenstein story. So I didn't know really what I thought about that. If I felt like that devalued the movie at all, or if it just was what it was.
Yeah.
The verdict's still out in my mind.
I think they did do like and I haven't read the book.
Yeah.
We've covered that. But I think like, we talked about it feels a little bit more like human and grounded, even with its obviously like supernatural elements.
Yeah.
And that it's kind of this story about like fatherhood and like forgiveness and like kindness. And it's like about empathy and like having empathy for others and being able to understand other people. Mm-hmm. And it's not super profound or anything. But it is, I think, maybe a little bit more like widely appealing and like for everybody. Like I think it's a movie that, at least the way I see it, that anyone can watch and they can kind of get like a good thing out of it. And it's not doing anything too nuts. I mean, really, the end of the movie is like, doesn't the creature forgive Victor?
he does.
And I thought that was beautiful.
And I want to give props to the movie because there was a lot of what I would call like melodrama in this movie where things are kind of slow, very emotional, and that's in style with a Frankenstein movie. That fits. Mm-hmm. But I don't usually enjoy like melodramatic, like long, like very intense emotional with music and
Sure.
it's that kind of movie. And I was really into it. Like I was very moved by the forgiveness storyline at the end.
Yeah.
Where
I think it kind of
Victor.
For me personally, it kind of came out of nowhere a little bit. I guess I just didn't really like see it going that way.
Ooh.
Like I feel like him asking for forgiveness in the end was kind of like, oh, I don't know. I just like I wasn't expecting that to be the end of the movie.
I really disagree because you got to keep in mind that the whole time the whole entire movie is a conversation that they're having. Mm-hmm. So, Frankenstein and the creature are in the room together the entire movie, and they're just telling each other stories, basically.
Well, yeah. Well, the first half of the movie,
I guess he
Victor is
wasn't
telling
in
the
yet.
story
Yeah.
to the guy,
and then
he comes in,
and then Frankenstein's monster shares his perspective.
Yeah.
And that whole time they're together. Mm-hmm. And so like I don't think it was just it didn't feel that out of the blue because I think that's probably the first time that Victor was hearing that side of the story and that
that's true.
And then he basically asked for forgiveness. I don't think that was out of the blue at all. I thought that was beautiful and it made sense and it's really a beautiful I guess moral of like, hey, listen to other people's perspectives. You might be surprised by how much, because from Victor's perspective, like I get it. Mm-hmm. I kind of get it from his perspective. And then from
he also had a terrible father.
Right.
We haven't talked about yet, but like we see in the beginning of the movie what Victor's life is like growing up. And his dad kind of sucks ass, dude. His dad's not cool. But his mom's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he meets Elizabeth and he's like, fuck, dude. He wanted, because they're both played by Mia Goth. And,
Should we talk a little bit about Elizabeth and her storyline with Victor?
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Elizabeth,
Oh,
she's in the movie,
yes.
and Victor, he likes her, but he likes her. And, but the
And
problem
his
is,
brother is a
his, his brother is engaged to her,
Yes.
and so Victor likes her,
His brother William.
and she kind of likes him back.
One
a little
William
bit,
Frankensteins, please.
but it doesn't work out.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't
That's
work
really
out.
all the Lori you need.
That was basically it.
Yeah, she's also kind of a genius, though.
She is, yeah,
But unlike Victor, she's a genius with empathy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I loved Christoph Waltz in this film as
Me
well.
too, me
as
too.
Harlander.
I did.
Was,
I liked him.
yeah, I thought he was great. I mean, Christoph Waltz is like just great in
He was
everything.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
There were some funny scenes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene where I don't remember what they're talking about in the beginning of the scene, but in the middle of it, Christoph Waltz is just like, all right, I have to pee. And he like turns around and Victor's like, oh, I should leave. He's like, no, you could stay.
Oh, yeah. They're in the
He just
bathroom.
starts peeing in front of him.
Yeah.
And he says, I wrote down the quote. He goes, French porcelain, it chimes to the stream. And just coming from Christoph Waltz, that was very funny.
He's always funny. I love Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, he's great. He's so great. And then there's also, his relationship with Victor. He gives him the resources that he needs in order to create the creature and
yeah.
really just revolutionize what he is capable of doing as a scientist.
Right.
And it's all because he wants Victor's help in he's deathly ill, right? He has like leprosy or something. I don't know. I forget what I don't know. They might have said it in the movie, but he's like super sick and he's like, well, seeing that you're able to do this now, and Victor's like, well, that's really not the way that it works. And then he dies it. He died it.
Okay, but why did they never cover up that giant hole in the ground between floors? Like there was a gigantic on the top of this tower, a sloped
Well,
just
because you
circle
need
into
the
the floor.
lightning to strike and go down to electrocute and bring to life Frankenstein.
Animate.
Yeah, but
the
they still could have
creature.
put up some railings or something.
Yeah.
They
It was old. They had leprosy.
The
still.
guy said my contractors could literally build whatever
Fences-
you want, and he
fences
never had them
weren't-
build railings.
Fences weren't invented until the creature built them 10 days later.
I was looking at that hole in the ground. That thing was a major OSHA violation, I gotta
Major
say.
OSHA violation.
Is that the name of your new band?
No,
That's good.
that would be fire. Hey, can we talk about IP for a second?
IP?
No. I mean, do you have to? I kind of do too, but
UP?
yeah, but no, like intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was so curious when I saw this, and I was like, okay, but we got The Bride coming out very soon as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's with the sudden Frankenstein kick? And I looked it up. It's just public domain. Anyone can just make a Frankenstein movie.
It's like 200 years old.
Yeah, anyone can just do what they.
Yeah.
It's fine. No,
It is kind of funny though that we're
Just like
getting
Winnie
these
the
two
Pooh.
movies within like 2 months of each
Yeah,
other.
why?
A couple
Why?
Frankenstein movies. I don't know.
Yeah, but I looked it up because I was curious.
Christian Bale is going to be the creature, right?
Yeah, he is.
And Jesse Buckley is going to be the bride. Which
I
I'm
literally didn't
excited-
know about
I'm excited
this.
for that one.
I think that's going to be much more horror.
I think it's going to be like a horror comedy. It looks like
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
You know.
It looks good.
Now that I said the word P, I gotta go.
Can we just
Go for it.
what if we just wrap it up?
We can do that.
I mean, what do we feel like there's more? that needs to be
Well,
said?
I had
Are
a couple
there-
quotes from the movie.
How bad do you have to
We
pee,
can
Liam?
go.
Do you got to go pee?
No, I'm fine.
You could.
Okay.
You could go. We
No,
could wrap
no,
it
no.
up too. I
Go
don't
through
care.
the quotes.
No, tell you.
Well, I had
tell
a
your
let's go
quotes.
through
Well,
some
here's some
honorable
quotes.
There was one
mentions
quote.
and-
There was one quote in particular, where he.
There's one where
Christoph Waltz is the name I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of it. Christoph
Harlander,
Waltz
yeah.
is doing a painting of a woman, and she's holding a peach, and and he says, turn the peach around, and she turns it, and she's
There's a bite out of it,
and he says, you've bitten it again.
This movie was very funny.
It was.
It was very, very funny.
You got some more quotes?
No, that was it.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Wow. Thanks for sharing.
Any other honorable mentions you want to go through and give us your rating?
Rating, honorable mentions.
I don't know if I have any honorable mentions. I just really liked it.
I did watch Magnolia the other day.
Oh, we meant. Oh, that's fine.
I'm sorry, not Magnolia. No, Bugonia. Similar name.
Bugonia.
Bugonia.
How'd you like it?
I'm sorry, I got the name mixed up.
It's okay.
I thought it was okay.
Numbers
okay.
mouth is agape.
I enjoyed it. I kind of thought the ending was dumb.
Wow.
The ending was.
I haven't heard your
fun.
podcast episode about it, so I don't. I know
we
you
don't have
guys
to get
probably
into
liked it, but
we already talked about.
Yeah, we loved it.
but it is an honorable mention, and I do think it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys have
yeah,
already talked about it though,
Yes,
so I
we
won't go
have.
into it. And then I watched "Die My Love" with Forrest, and while we were on, I liked it. It was like It was a 2.5 with a heart because it was. You guys are going to talk about that.
Yeah,
next
we're
episode.
not allowed to share our ratings yet for that.
That was my rating. You could bleep it out if you want.
No,
so
it's
that
fine.
People can
Since you're not on the episode,
know
it's
whatever. But as we were on our way there, I just started losing it in Forrest's car. I had like the tail end of like a cold with a little bit of a cough, and for some reason, something in Forrest's car like irritated my throat, and I couldn't stop coughing, and it was like.
I've had my throat irritated in Forrest's car before.
Yeah, so I got, yeah.
Numbers like that one.
Numbers thought that was really funny.
He was like,
And Forrest was like, dude, are you dying?
it was like probably a 7 or 8 minute long like coughing
No,
fit.
like
Dude,
4
it
minutes.
was before.
Yeah, but 4 minutes.
I'll give
is
you
a long
4 minutes.
time.
It was long.
Continually
It was
cough.
not 8 or 9 minutes.
It started before we got on to 75,
Okay, but it was not 8 or 9
and it
minutes.
happened until we got.
It was less
to-
than 5 minutes.
All right, fine.
But it was a long time.
He's just coughing, and I told the story about how I used to have bronchitis, and then I
Yeah, and I was like,
coughed
I
until
got bronchitis.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
saying that made it worse.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I got bronchitis. Ugh.
When I had bronchitis, I would cough until I puked sometimes. It's pretty
Wow.
crazy. I thought Anton was
sucks.
going to puke.
Wasn't even close.
What's your rating, Anton?
Of
The
Frankenstein?
film?
Frankenstein,
Yes.
the film.
I gave it a 3-star and a heart.
Oh, okay. And a heart. That's
What was
good.
your rating?
Is Anton the contrarian in the room with us?
No, Anton is usually pretty on base. He's just kind
I'm
of
not
an
trying
idiot.
to be a
Is he
contrarian.
the critiquer?
Maybe.
Not
Are you the
usually.
great critique?
The
I
great-
like watching a movie for what it is. I felt like for what this movie was, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it could have been a lot better. So I didn't feel good giving it a 4-star.
Sure.
But I really enjoyed it. I
Okay.
did like it for all the reasons we've been
Yeah.
talking about.
I feel like, yeah, your explanation of like your experience watching the movie, I feel like 3 and a heart does feel fair with how the way it didn't really touch you, but it was just like a solid movie.
It could grow on me one
Sure,
day,
sure.
but that's where I am right now.
Yeah. See, no, I gave it a 4.5 and a heart.
Wow.
I really loved it, but hearing your explanation for it, I kind of understand where you're coming from. But like, I usually try to rate based off of my head rating, not my heart rating, and I think that maybe my heart rating was really bleeding into my rating quite a bit. And you know, I'd have to give it another watch to really know for sure.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. Well, no, it
All
is
subjective
fair.
anyways.
Well,
I mean, your experience of
sometimes.
it is subjective, your rating.
Sure. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But I try to, like, I mean, for example, I watched Now You See Me and Now You See Me Too last night. And both of them are like 2.5 stars, but in my heart, they're like 5 stars. 'Cause It's so fun.
Those are fun.
I gave it, my number is 78 out of 100 for Frankenstein.
Nice.
You're crazy with all these numbers, dude.
Numbers
I gotta
mentioned.
start
Wait, that's
calling you
4.5
numbers.
hearts? 78.
4.5 stars.
I'm sorry, stars.
Well, yeah, because
And a heart?
a 5 star is 100.
5 stars, 100.
So 4.5
So
would be
4.5
90.
Would be 90.
Right, but I fine tune it a little bit. So
Okay.
it's slightly less than 4.5, but it's significantly more than 4. Because
Okay.
a 4 would be 80.
I gotcha.
You're,
You said it was
you do-
79.
You're
Didn't you-
doing too much.
Bro, look,
Did you say you gave it a 79?
87. Did I say 79?
Oh, you
You
said
said
79.
78.
You said 78.
Oh, 80.
That's why I was confused.
87. Yeah, 87.
Okay.
Liam, what did you
God
think?
damn.
What was your?
That was me bumping the mic. I'm a bad guy.
It's okay. I don't have any honorable mentions.
When you say honor mentions, you are talking about like things in the movie you wanted to
Things
talk
in the
about.
movie that we didn't cover.
Oh,
It's
I
okay.
totally misunderstood your question. You said honorable mentions. I'm like, I don't know why we're going there, but
Okay.
thanks, guys. No, do it again. Do it. Thank you.
Your hands are cold. Are you okay?
Oh gosh!
Anton,
He's flanking. He's flanking Stein.
Anton is the creature.
Hey, what did you say earlier? You said Frankfurt about something.
Frankfurt. Because you just said Frank first. You were going to record Frank first, and then I said Frankfurt.
Frankenstein first. Yeah, Frankfurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to record our Wicked 2 episode directly after this.
Wick.
And then we're going to record episode on Die My Love. directly
Yes.
after.
So next week, Die My Love will be out, but last week, Wicked was out.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this movie. I'm glad that I got to see it in theaters. I'm deeply in love with Jacob Elordi.
Right.
I thought all the performances were great. I thought the sets were great. I think maybe the only gripes I had were the forgiveness bit kind of stuck out a little bit to me. Not in like a good or bad way. It just kind of like happened, and I guess I just didn't see it going that way, and I thought maybe it could have done something. I don't even know exactly what I mean by this when I say just something a little more nuanced or maybe a little more profound. But I still really enjoyed it. Maybe a hair too long. Maybe we could have shaved off a little bit of Victor's story.
I agree. Yeah.
I think there was a lot of time spent. There was a lot of time spent with both of them. Actually, and shout out again my friend David Osterbrock, who we shouted out on the Begonia episode, I think. But he said before we went to go see the movie, I didn't see it with him, but Noel said something about how David said that Jacob Elordi is barely in it, or like there's not a lot of Jacob Elordi.
You mentioned that,
and I
which
was
is
like,
dumb.
and then I watched it, and I was like, bro, he's like most of the movie.
Right.
Like, he's in so much of it. Shout out David, we love you, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm at 4 stars. I'm at 4 stars, and I gave it a heart. I give a lot of things a heart, by the way.
Me too.
Same.
I'm like a 90% harder.
Wow.
Same.
But yeah, I think 4 stars. I don't see it going below 4 in my opinion, but I think if I were to watch it, I could see it maybe going up. I think maybe some of the things that, like the forgiveness part and where the story takes us at the end, I think knowing that it's coming, I might be able to pick up more things along the way, and I think I might like it even more.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I could also see mine going down to 4.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really loved it. I think anywhere in that range. I thought it was great. Go catch Frankenstein on fucking Netflix if you can. I wish you guys could have seen it in the theaters. Again, this is coming out like 2 months after the movie.
Dude, wait, there was something I wanted to say about our Netflix conversation. Real quick. Promise. Trust. Dude, K-pop Demon Hunters went to theaters like 12 times.
Yeah.
So what?
You know, one
their point?
One Battle and Sinners is coming back to theaters next month.
That's cool. I like that.
I'm going to see both of them again.
But no, I'm just like, we're talking about how Netflix is like being stupid with like theatrical releases, and K-pop Demon Hunters, it started on Netflix and then they released it in theaters, took it back, released it again, took it back. So like, why won't they do that with like Frankenstein?
Who fucking knows, man?
Netflix is going under, bro. Short Netflix.
They're not going to go under.
I hope they do.
They're not going to.
I hope they do. Stranger Things is done. What do they have?
True. They're releasing that in theaters. The final episode of Stranger
They'll
Things.
release the daggone Stranger Things in theaters, but not. Oh my gosh.
I was watching that yesterday with my family because my mom and Ben are really into Stranger Things. I've seen every season other than the previous season. I've only seen it once. So I watched season 1 when it came out. I watched season 2 when it came out. I watched season 3, skipped season 4. And then I went over yesterday and they were watching season 5. So I watched like the last 2 episodes, which was like 3 hours of my time. Every episode is like super fucking long.
And boring.
It was pretty fun, actually. We don't need to get into it.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a Stranger Things fan.
I
I
don't
wanna
know
give
if
it a
it's
rewatch.
necessarily for me. I kind of want to. I was talking with Maria. I kind of want to rewatch it. I don't know if it's necessarily for me though. Which I'm a huge D&D guy, and I like that. It seems like it would be up my alley, but it's just like not really.
I think Stranger Things. I know we said we're not going to get into this, but I'm kind of. I think Stranger Things
Give it to me.
Is really good for people who are discovering culture for the first time. It's kind of like Hamilton. Like Hamilton's really good if you just learned what hip hop was.
Yeah.
I think Stranger Things is good if you just learned what the 70s are. You're like, yeah.
80s.
80s.
This
This one's like taking. I think this one's taking place in 1989.
Okay.
Dang.
Because there's like a
is the
scene.
end.
They like go. They're in the Upside Down. They like go back in time or something, and there's like a flyer that says 1959, and she's like, "Oh my God, we're 30 years in the past." I also think Noah Schnapp is a horrible actor.
That's Toothless, right?
He's no, it's Will Byers. He's like
Right.
but he has a sick ass. There's something really wild at the end of this, the final episode. Up until they're dropping like 2 more, I think, on Christmas, and then I think the last episode of the finale of the show it comes out on New Year's Day in theaters, and it's like 2 hours long.
Bro, the strangest thing is that nobody asked. Have you seen that picture?
I love
up,
Finn
numbers?
Wolfhard. Honestly,
I will very slightly contribute to that because I've never seen an episode of Stranger Things before this morning.
Oh.
My little brother put it on in the living room, and I
he's
watched
no stranger
about
to my thing.
15 minutes of it, and it didn't seem bad by any means, but it really took me out that like
Of
all
what?
of
Of episode 1, season 1, episode 1? Or was it just
no, like the new season.
Oh, okay.
There's like an argument at a table the two characters are having, and then one of the characters is like, "You're in high school," and I'm like, every person at this table is 35. And it
The
really
kids?
took me, dude, they all look so old.
Really? Dude,
Every
they're all like
single one of them
aren't
looks
they all
so
like
old.
maybe 20 in real
I
life?
think so,
They
yeah.
look old as hell. Like
Really?
worse than the Toby.
Well, they all are on Ozempic. I said I wasn't going to say anything about.
The kids are on Ozempic. No, they're not.
Probably. Everyone's on Ozempic. I'm on Ozempic.
Maybe the older, siblings, like
Say
Joe
share the
Keery, Joe
prescription,
Keery's
bro.
character. Was it Joe Keery?
No, it was an African American woman and a red-haired girl.
Sadie Sink, right?
It's not Sadie Sink. I know Sadie Sink.
Hey.
That's my Gwen Stacy.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm done.
All right.
I'm done with this episode of
All right.
Retconnd.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Go catch Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Check out our previous episode on Wicked if you haven't.
Yeah.
And
Like and
look-
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Look forward to our episode next week on Die My Love.
Yes.
And thank you, Anton, for being our guest.
Thank you,
having me. This was
Anton.
fun.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
Forrest.
Thanks, y'all.
Oh, you want to
Plug Forrest as a friend.
Oh, okay.
You guys should all be his friend.
Forrest is a great friend.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Just don't
He
live
needs
with
friends.
Okay.